It's approaching the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? So as we approach the end of 2018, I have wanted to do this video. It's pretty much highlighting some of the obscure and unique units that I've rainbowed over the time of me playing Dokkan Battle. But yeah, it's in summary. I just wanted to kind of showcase some of the units, and I do have a 100% potential playlist, and a lot of these units, most of them actually have been showcased. So I'll include a link, I guess, for the playlist itself. But if you're interested enough to check out each of the units showcase, definitely make sure to check the playlist. But again, over the course of time, I've rainbowed a lot of weird ass units, and I wanted to spend the year end just kind of going over this. So let's kind of break right into it. And some of these aren't as unique, but I wanted to include them just to highlight some of those units. But the first one's going to be the Super Strength Grade 8 Bardock unit. Surprisingly pretty good, and he's got some decent skill sets, and I think the great thing about this unit is he at least gets an attack and defense increase of 50%, as well as another attack increase as well based on certain conditions. I'm not going to go through the whole card details itself, but just want to note out this is definitely one of those unique type units that I wanted to include. The next one is the Super Agility Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma. This is a free-to-play version. I went ahead and maxed this unit out when it first came out just for the hell of it, just to see how the unit would do. It's an okay unit. I really don't use this unit a lot, but it does have the countering mechanics and whatnot. But it's an okay unit for a free-to-play, and it's a pretty interesting unit overall. This one is the 777-day Hercule unit that you get as a login bonus and reward. There's actually no reason to rainbow this guy, honestly. I had already planned on rainbowing this unit as soon as I got a copy of him. So once I got all 5 copies from the 770 day, I can't even talk straight, login, I just went ahead and rainbowed him right away. Just so you know, he has a super high chance to reduce his own attack by 80%. That's why I highly advise against rainbowing this unit. It's really not worth it. Next one, this is another one, the Super Agility Pinich unit. I actually rainbowed this unit fairly recently, probably within the last couple of weeks, but it's another one you definitely don't want to rainbow. Really, he's really a terrible unit, honestly, but just for the hell of it, I did. This one is only included because for those that haven't played at least a year and a half, probably don't have copies of this unit. It was given out as part of the campaign, and there was close to like 10 or 12 copies of this unit that was given out. So I did rainbow him a long time ago, and just wanted to include him. He does have, the nuking passive 10% increase to attack and defense as part of, collecting every key. So it's definitely an interesting unit, definitely worthwhile for the collection. So, just kind of wanted to include this one for those that are fairly new to Dokkan Battle. This one is the first SSR that I've ever picked up. This was from the starter pack when he first, started the game. But a lot of memories behind this one for, I don't know, nostalgia purposes. I rainbowed this unit a couple months back, and he's decent. I wouldn't really use him on any team right now, but he's got an okay passive plus 2 key attack increase of 20% for allies, but other than that, he's not really a worthwhile unit. There are definitely much better Super Saiyan 2 Goku units. This one is the free-to-play Metacooler unit, the agility version. Nothing really specific. The interesting thing about this unit is if you run a team strictly with Metacoolers, it's actually very, very fun. And these guys can hit for a decent amount. Their attack potential is about 750,000 on the agility Metacooler team. So they're actually not a bad unit at Rainbow, and they complement each other. This one is the Cyclopean Guards. Just wanted a rainbow this unit just for the hell of it, honestly. And this unit's okay. They get a 40% reduction to damage received, and also gets a 50% increase to defense for all allies. So pretty good support unit overall, but not necessarily something you'd want to rainbow, honestly. But it is what it is. This one's fairly new. This is the Extreme Agility Omega Shenron unit that Dokkan's Awakens from the SR version. He does get a pretty big potential system boost compared to other free-to-play and SR related units, but He's an okay unit, does have decent support, agility and tech types, +2 key, attack increase of 25%. It's not too bad, but again, this is really meant for collection purposes. Next up is the Extreme Agility Hellfighter 17. It's a free-to-play version as well. It has a built-in passive to where it's got a high chance to evade enemy attacks. I just went with a level 11 additional attack and level 15 for evasion, just to serve this guy strictly as a supporting defensive type unit. The only reason why I gave him level 11 for additional attack is because he does reduce enemies' attack. Next up, we have the Extreme Agility Perfect Cell Angel Form. I was picking up a lot of copies. At some point, I was really wanting to rainbow this unit just because I haven't really seen one rainbowed. So a while back, I went ahead and did that. He does have the nuking passive for attack increase of 15% and defense increase of 5% for every key collected. He's actually not too bad, and he can do pretty well on the androids, enhanced transformation, and also the time travelers category. Decent unit overall. This Jiren is fairly common, I think, but I included it just because I haven't heard too much about it when it first came out. This is, of course, the free-to-play tech Jiren that honestly you probably want to use for the SA leveling up for the strength counterpart. But this unit's actually pretty good. Gets damage reduction of 50% of key meters 10 or more, so you can be pretty useful on the battlefield setting when you need optional units to kind of serve as a defender type unit. So overall, not too bad there. This is the Super Saiyan Future Gohan unit, one of my personal favorite cards in the game actually. He's surprisingly pretty decent. Even though he has extreme damage, he does have the Kaioken mechanic where he greatly increases attack for every turn that he gets a super attack. That includes additionals as well. So it's not a bad unit overall, and falls into Hybrid Saiyans and Future Saga. Not a bad unit overall. I personally like him a lot. This one's fairly new too, the Super Saiyan 2 Youth Gohan unit. Pretty good unit overall. Very, very good passive support. Agility, tech, and physical types get +2 key, attack and defense increase of 30%. So I like this guy, and I run him a lot on various team setups where I do like to incorporate that passive skill. He's a Super Saiyan, so link skills you're not going to struggle with. He also greatly, immensely increases attack for every super attack. It's only for one turn though. This one is the SR Beerus that Dokkan's awakens into this version. And he's decent. I tested him, and he was putting out like 350,000 to 400k in damage on the Realm of Gods team and movie bosses. Pretty decent unit overall. Other than that, not much with it. Again, this is more or less meant for the collection purpose. I have much better Beerus units in the game, so not really going to use them. This is the tech version of that free-to-play Metacooler unit. Just kind of covered it earlier, but like I said, overall in unison with the rest of the Metacoolers on the same team, this unit does fairly well. This one is one I've been working for a while. This is the First Form Cell unit, or Imperfect Cell. This one does also Dokkan Awaken from the SR version, and I'm a big fan of the Cell character from the Dragon Ball series, so went ahead and did this guy. He has a 30% recovery for HP for the amount of damage applied, so pretty decent unit overall. Really meant for a collection purpose, honestly. This one is another one of my personal favorites. This is the Extreme Tech Final Form Cooler unit, and I personally like this unit a lot. He actually hits for a pretty good amount. He gets a 90% increase to attack as part of the passive. Rare chance to stun, but on the movie bosses or enhanced transformation, or even the universe's most malevolent clan or most malevolent clan team, he can hit for anywhere between 1.2 million and 1.6 million based on the rotation, so he's actually a pretty good unit. Here we go with the free-to-play Majin Buu or Super Buu unit. Really just did it for shits and giggles. Not really a good unit. The only thing with the passive is if HP is above 50%, it adds +2 key. That's about it. Not really a good unit. I do like the card art a lot. That's kind of one of the reasons why I rainbowed this unit, but really collection purpose. And this one is definitely another collection purpose unit, and this guy is straight up trash. But it's a fun unit. This is the unit from the Baba Shop. This is the Grand Supreme Kai. Honestly, you don't want to rainbow this guy. He does have somewhat of a decent passive where you do recover 2,000 in HP for every intelligence key collected, but this guy's not even good even on a Realm of Gods team. He's not that great, so I would highly advise against rainbowing this guy. I will end up part 1 of this series. I guess there'll be 2 parts with this, but the last one is going to be the best one, the Trohan unit. I was working on this unit for a long time. I mean, I really wanted to rainbow this guy just for trolling purposes and shits and giggles. I tested him and he's alright. Not really think anything special. Wouldn't really recommend rainbowing this unit, honestly, but he's a decent unit overall. Plus 4 key attack increase of 2,500 if HP is above 50%. Honestly, the attack boost, if it was like a percentage base, would be much more of a viable, relevant unit, but yeah, he's really not. It's really just, I wanted to rainbow this guy just because he was such a troll for a lot of players, so that's really the main reason I did this. But yeah, that is part 1 for the most unique rainbowed units that I currently have in the game. So hopefully you enjoyed part 1. And if you did, definitely look forward to part 2, which I'll be doing shortly as well. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next time.